Welcome back to Elevator Paso, guys. Elevator Paso is a program dedicated to raising quality of life within our community. We do this through educating and inspiring, giving you highlights of unsung heroes in our community, and spotlighting all the good that should be spotlighted that a lot of times we're even completely unaware of. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to thank everybody. A couple of weeks ago, my mother passed away, and the response and support from everybody was really quite comforting and more than I ever expected. On my last episode, I did a dedication, and frankly, I did want to thank everybody, but I started to crack and just rushed to close it. Thank you, everybody. It's really comforting to realize that I am not alone out there. And at this point, I do want to begin by telling everybody that it is now a year and a half that we've started doing this, and I want to thank you all also for that support. Elevator Paso has really grown into something that is becoming a bit of a movement. There's a lot more momentum. People are really becoming proud of helping each other and wanting to spotlight this. And for this today, we're going to be spotlighting Mr. Ernesto Campuzano. Ernesto, how are you, sir?
Good. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for being here, brother. Ernesto is the CEO of S3 Sports. It is a clothing brand that he started that is helping the community, helping those sports, Little League sports. But we'll let him tell us a little bit about it. Brother, tell us about how it all got started and what the mission is of it.
Well, the company started about, at the beginning of this year in January with the intention of helping organizations, that do good in the community, that have good standings, that have low fees, but struggle with still helping those that are less fortunate. I understand here in the demographics in El Paso that most definitely is a high poverty level area. So our goal is to get as many children physically outside of their homes and playing sports, not only just to get outside, but, to get that mentorship from these coaches or being out, making new friends and having fun with life. This company, the reason I started is to try to, ease those people or ease the pricing on them, because it can get expensive, and some people, because it's too much money, they don't do that. Well, we want everyone to be able to have a chance to train, to play sports, to be part of a team, to feel that cohesion, that atmosphere, that love. And, El Paso has a lot of beautiful people out here that most definitely are more than deserving, to have someone help them.
Yeah, and it's such an important part of society. I don't think people realize what sports do to children. I mean, aside from the fact that it's a fun activity and it gives them a healthy lifestyle, it's also a way to really keep them away from being out in the streets. It's really a way to keep them disciplined, to teach them many values that go beyond the field, beyond the court. And I've experienced it myself, to where it does get to be quite pricey to have just a ball game. It is important to have this kind of work that you're doing. Can you please elaborate a little bit more on what it is that you're doing for these teams?
Yes. So right now, our mission was to go out there, and we don't want to be like every brand out there is. We know there's a lot of competing, companies out there and everything, but we want people to be proud of S3, to wear the brand. Right now, we've sponsored 3 organizations. That would be the Mesquite Hill Knights out of the Northeast, the Northeast Raiders, who have been in existence since 1968.
Wow.
The Central Panthers, who is another youth organization. They play out of Austin, been around 10 years now. So what we're doing is we want people to be rewarded when they do great things. And when we see, hey, they have low fees, they have a good standing in the community, as well as social media and everything, we want to be able to reward them and also be able to wear this proudly. unfortunately, right now during the pandemic that's going on, we kind of had to switch focus a little bit because we have an understanding. Some people don't feel safe right now going outside, and we respect their opinion. And we have some people that do want to go outside and work out. So we focused our transition to the more individual workout right now, which led me to my company and to partner with an ex-NFL player. His name is Jimmy McClain. He played for the Houston Texans and the Jaguars, and he lives here in El Paso. He's actually a teacher in the SISD district, and he does this for fun. He's very low cost, and I love the way he is with children from ages 4 to 5 all the way to high school. So he works with them, and I love what he's doing. He's a great mentor, so we partnered with him to help him, progress in what he's doing in the city of El Paso.
Is there an ultimate vision of where S3 is going?
The ultimate vision really is just is take care of El Paso. Take care of El Paso first. I'm not worried about selling outside or anything or none of that. It's taking care of everyone here first. Once we get that, then we can possibly imagine what else we can do. But right now, it's for the people of El Paso, from the people of El Paso.
And I think that is very important to highlight at this point, where we are in a time where El Pasoans helping El Pasoans is quite frankly something we are all should take responsibility for and do. And aside from that, it is also a time where we are able to highlight and support local, because quite frankly, a lot of local businesses are not going to be able to survive this pandemic. And therefore, to have somebody like yourself that is local, that is also helping out the community, that is also helping out teams, not just should we all get involved in a way to try to help your organization, but also support the way that you are helping others. It's a domino effect, and I love the way that you're taking off with this.
Well, I appreciate that. I hope that others can see this and maybe inspire them to help in other ways as well. The more we can help the youth, they're our future.
Yeah.
And so the more we can help them and give good impressions, it sets them in a better path in life is what I believe in. And I'm going to tell you, be very honest, I'm actually not born in El Paso. Wasn't born in El Paso. I retired out of the Army and fell in love with the city of El Paso.
Yeah.
About my home, and it's so peaceful, so beautiful. People leave me alone.
Yeah.
I love it. And yeah, I've met a lot of great people here, and absolutely, I want to help in any way I can.
Yeah.
So.
Ernesto, tell me, as an entrepreneur, aside from the community service that the company has as in its mission, there is a business side to this, and it's quite frankly probably not the best time to start a business for a lot of people. So tell me, what's been the challenges?
The challenges is having to not know what's going to happen. Is the uncertainty of what happens, what the government decides to do with us, what they allow us to do. That has been the biggest challenge in everything, because once we set a mission and goal, we were ready to start going, but it's a bumpy road, it's obstacles, and we just have to jump over it and find other ways to stay proactive and still find a way to help the community.
Yeah.
And when everything starts to return back to normal, then we can go back to the main road and focus on helping orgs out and stuff like that.
Was there already experience in business that you had that you're pulling from?
Well, I have some experience when it comes to it. When military experience and stuff like that, and I've helped other businesses. Honestly, I'll tell you what really got me guided is really I took a business international class and fell in love with it, man. I learned that being able to learn people's cultures, and you'll understand them a lot better, and you'll be able to be a lot more. I don't know. I just fell in love with it. I was able to learn a lot from it and really pick up on it, and just being able to understand people better as a whole. I feel like it made me a better person. And I have a lot of experience. I ran companies up to 100 people, and a lot of people don't understand that in military, you have to take care not only of the soldiers' personal life, but their families as well. So
Now, remind me again, how long you've been in El Paso?
I've been going on 7 years now in El Paso.
So having this this class on culture, on international culture and international business, did that gain a different perspective on coming here where it's a melting pot of culture?
Well, yes and no. It's just I've been, all over the world, so I've experienced a lot of cultures, and the first thing is to try to understand their culture, and people will be more accepting. If you come and try to force your ideas, people aren't really receptive of that. And that was one of the main keys that I was able to put with my personal life experiences and deploying and everything else to the class. I was like, okay, this makes sense. Yeah. I can approach people better and talk to them a lot better. So
from going all over the world, you're home, you're in El Paso now. This is your home. Tell us what to you makes El Paso different.
It's peaceful.
Yeah.
We've had some events in the past, but it's a very peaceful, very cost-effective town. Beautiful. It's just a beautiful city.
That's great. That's great. So, and you have coming back to the company, you have a team now that you were telling me about. There's a team in El Paso that you were going to be having out there approaching the teams, now the Little League teams, and evaluating them. What's part of this evaluation process?
Okay, so when we open back up and I have a team set in place, they'll go and start observing organizations, whether it's baseball, football, soccer, any sport. And there's a couple things on our list that we will look for. It's 501c3, which is nonprofit organizations. They have to have a low cost fee. I don't like to give a number now because again, sports dictate pricing. And the third one, they have to have a good standing. We want to reward people for doing the right thing. People can have 1,000 championship trophies, but are they being mentors on and off the field? Are they really doing good to the community, or is it just about winning? And we want to focus on the people that do give back and they, to the kids, and they're there about it, and that's what we want.
Very cool, Ernesto. Before we let you go, is there a message you'd like to get out there in the last words?
Yes, absolutely. My message to everyone is to my very own children is they have an opportunity right now, regardless of the age, to get free schooling. You just have to apply yourself, all right? And the main point of all this is to get people on the right path so they can go on and live better lives by going to college. And grades and sports, or both, can get you that. But focus on grades and sports. Go out there and get seen, and give yourself a shot to get a scholarship and go out there and do something great for this. Be special for El Paso.
Right. I completely agree. And again, sports, Little League sports, it's one of those things that all of us should be behind, because it's much more than the competition. It's much more than the game in itself, than going out there and having fun. There is a set of values that the kids learn from this. There is a discipline that they gain from this. And it is important for us to have this in our community. So I do believe that Ernesto's company is one of those companies that all of us should find a way to support, along with all of these Little League teams. Ernesto, if they want to get more information or they want to see a little bit more about S3, how do they do so?
My phone number is on the Facebook page right now. Our actual current web page is still under construction. So you can find me on Facebook, S3 Sports, and we're on there. And yeah, just my phone number, my information, my contact, and the site will be running probably by Friday. By Friday, it'll be up and running.
Ernesto, thank you so much for the opportunity to speak with you, brother.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate you.